this whole trade movement has become like almost like a political campaign. Like, what are you afraid of? For real, you want to hear it from me? You want me to say it? You want me to say it?
What?
Even without Hutchinson, even without a Hutchinson trade replacement, I do not fear any team in the NFL.
That's a fact.
I do not fear any team in the National Football League. I don't, because this Lions roster, as currently constructed, is still good enough to win a Super Bowl. As currently constructed, is still good enough to win a Super Bowl. And you guys, I think you believe me every time we talk in here. Do you expect the Lions to win Sunday? Yes. 47-7 Lions, 48-12 Lions. Yes. Every single week. So either you think it or you're bullshitting. One of the two. Like, that's
who's going to stop this offense? I think that's what it's not even about our defense and missing Hutch, because what have we proven right there is that back end, right, secondary, and yes, I know what happened early in the game, but the way that they can adjust and as physical as they are, and the takeaways.
Yeah.
This is a team that can take it away in the air, and now they're proving that they can knock it on the ground with tackles and stuff like this.
Yep.
So this defense, even if it's a bend, don't break defense, who's going to stop this offense? Who's going to stop this offense? So big, right? So if you give up, this defense still without their best player is how much better than last year?
That's my point.
Yeah. Only Jared Goff can stop this offense. That's it.
Now you sound like
subs.
What's up?
Shout out to Just a Fan for the 10 gifted subs in the chat.
Hey, shout out, man. Shout out.
Dante 151. Lions already had a hiccup game week 2 against Tampa. Lions lost by 4 points and had a chance to win it at the end. Woodward Sports chat thread right now. Yes, I believe that we are the best team in the league.
I do too.
Romp says that. Tactile Puma 58. If they don't make a move, they deserve to lose. And why?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So let's just cut the shit,
So
everybody.
we're just making moves to make moves.
Bingo.
No. We mentioned this yesterday. There's got to be a criteria that you have to be to play on this team. So it's not just anybody that makes it in there. You have to be one of their dogs and be adhere to that herd that's there. So character and you got the guy comes to the door, Neal. This is what it's like. Dan Campbell. He's that dog. He's sniffing.
Right.
He's a dog, and he's like checking you out. And you will. And once you pass the coach, then you got to walk into that room. Imagine how intimidated walking in, and if you're not up to speed with what they got going on, you'll get left behind. They don't care how many sacks, how much money you make, how much pedigree you have. Are you in to make our team better?
Yeah.
They're not going to add unless somebody can add to this team.
Yeah, and I've said it all along. This team doesn't need to act out of desperation because we have everything that we need here. But at the same time, I just know the NFL. I know what it's like in the playoffs when you don't have a pass rush and then it starts to get exposed. See last year. We were 17.
So you don't think they're the best team in the league?
No,
they need something. They need something to be the best team.
It's
time to put it on
Neal,
wax.
It's not that. It's more of the fact that I just want to improve their odds. I just want better odds on the bet. That's it. They can get there. I just want better odds. That's it. And another pass rusher helps your odds. You don't need to act out of desperation.
100,000,000% that Brad Holmes will make a. There is a guy out there.
It might be done already.
It's not the name. I don't think it's going to be a name, but it's going to be somebody that comes in and does, look at, putting guys in positions. And like you said, what is the strength to this team without their top guys, right? It's numbers.
Yep.
It's numbers. What was it on the offensive line? 9 guys, rotating them in when they had Ragnow down, when they had guys down.
Right.
What do they do on defense? So it's going to be somebody that fits in the rotation that you're going to know that's going to make a play. Look at Isaiah Thomas, right? Something like that. What does he do? He recovers a fumble. Is that good enough for you, Neal?
Yeah.
If you bring in a guy,
Trevor Nowatzki,
throwing right in his guts and let the Polish assassin, take it away.
Old Jarhead, don't use a Tennessee game as a gauge. I'm not. I'm using the roster as a gauge. I'm using this franchise as a gauge. I'm using what they've done last season into this season. The show goes on, everybody. And I'm not saying don't go make a move. I'm dead set against it. It's just if they don't do anything, I don't want to hear it from you guys. Then you're out. Like Tactile Puma, you're out. And by the way, I'm keeping receipts on everybody here because I'm going to go back to this if they don't make a move.
Yeah, of course.
And then you are out. So, Spenny, I'll go to you.
Yeah.
Are they good enough right now, as constructed, to win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
So if they don't make a move, you won't jump off the Rensen.
I won't jump off the Rensen, but I'll be upset.
Will you still think they could win?
They could, yes. I would be confident if they made a move for an edge rusher.
Yeah.
So if they don't make a move, do you still think they will win the Super Bowl?
I won't put my life on it, but they still would be the best team in the NFL, yes.
So you think they would win the Super Bowl still?
I think they could.
Okay.
I would be a lot more comfortable if you had an edge rusher.
That's what I mean. Just
okay.
We want to improve our odds. That's it.
No, I get that.
It's not that I don't believe in what I'm seeing.
But you guys know what's going to happen here, right? Any move they make is going to be blown out of proportion. Say they trade for Zadarius Smith, with 6th round, 5th round, whatever.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, we did it, everybody, like it's over. And that is not the case.
No, if they trade for Zadarius Smith, they should get another guy.
But there's no, you know what I'm saying, though? There is no magic potion that you're going to get.
No,
see, like, everybody wants this. Everyone's taking the Michigan fan approach. Like, you only want to play if you're going to win. Like, there's going to be moments of uncertainty. It's not going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. It's hard to win a Super Bowl in this league.
You know what the beauty is? Here's the beauty. What's the one thing this team needs? Right? Pressure. Right? An end. One thing. They're not fixing 5 million things. So Brad going into this trade deadline can focus on that. And I believe the way this team's put together, it's going to be 2 or 3 guys. It's not going to be that one guy, right? But he's going to go around. He's going to pick those guys around the league or trade for somebody that's going to have an impact because they believe that they can help. That's what he's proven that he's done in the past. But the beauty is he doesn't have to focus on 5 different positions.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I think there's absolutely no way they don't make a move when you look at.
It's guaranteed.
I'm with you 100%.
How they all have talked about this season and what level they've put the season in, and you literally lost your two starting edge rushers,
yes,
and a couple rotational pieces on the defensive line with Kaminsky and Pecco. Like, you need help. You do.
Any more injuries and this looks totally different, Neal. That's all we're saying.
And Patrick Mahomes has lost 1 Super Bowl, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
What was the reason Patrick Mahomes lost that 1 Super Bowl?
Both his tackles missed the game.
And no, he was running around for his life.
But
yeah.
Both his tackles.
But they still had an effective pass rush that was getting after guys. We've seen the Detroit Lions go up against
tackle. Can you imagine if we didn't have Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker?
It wouldn't matter if they couldn't get to the quarterback. You still got to get to the quarterback. We've seen the Detroit Lions go up against backup tackles and not be able to get to the quarterback. The reason Patrick Mahomes lost was because he was running for his life. You need to get pressure on the quarterback, especially when you go up against elite guys. If you're going up against Sam Darnold and you're going up against Mason Rudolph, it might not hurt you, but when you saw what Mason Rudolph and Calvin Ridley did in that first quarter, imagine when that's a good quarterback and a good receiver.
That's all
Well, I apologize then if I still think they're good enough to win a Super Bowl.
I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that.
And guys, I'm not going to do what people at the flagship are going to do. If they do not make a move, I'll be here chilling.
Yeah.
100% I'll be here chilling, and I still expect them to win the Super Bowl.
That's what needs to be put in perspective. Like, if they don't make a move, they've built enough cachet to where I trust it. But at the same time,
look at the people in the chat right now.
I understand.
Look at the chat right now. D-Back, I just want it on wax.
Yeah.
Do you believe or no?
Yeah,
Because I get the feeling some
everybody
don't.
believes, but
in this situation, it's okay to have nuance. And
you're not confident in what?
I'm not confident they would win the Super Bowl if they don't make a move for an edge rusher. Can they? Yes, it's possible, but I wouldn't put my house on it.
So you would put your house on it if they made a move for somebody.
If they made a move for a damn good edge rusher, yes.
Like, give me a name. Give me a
like Trey Hendrickson or Zadarius Smith and somebody else. Like, to replace
you're
what
not
Aiden
going to
Hutchinson.
get that. I don't think that's.
So what are we going to get then? Isaiah Thomas and be cool with it? No, we need to get an actual body.
It's not about being cool with it. It's about what other teams are willing and what you're willing to spend or whatever. Do you not think that because it's one position and if it's that guy, I think that they would seriously, they know they're that move away, so they would go after that.
Yeah.
Right? Which would give you more confidence.
They're not afraid of the big name.
I get it. So if they make a move for a big name, you give them what, 80%?
Yeah.
They don't make a move, you give them 40%?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, it doesn't have to be the big guy, but it has to be someone. You need to get help.
Somebody impacts.
Somebody better than you have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Mason Rudolph carved you the fuck up. Calvin Ridley had 100 yards in the first quarter. And then in the rest of the game, he became Mason Rudolph again, and we saw why he's not a good quarterback. But if that is a playoff level or elite caliber quarterback that sit back there and could do that, it's going to be a long day.
Wasn't that early?
So then, you don't believe, you don't believe they're good enough right now.
What did I just say?
But Neal,
they can do it. Can they do it? If we're talking about can they win a Super Bowl? Yes. Am I confident they'll be able to do it without an edge rusher? No.
See, I am. I think they're a good enough roster. I think they're a good enough organization.
What team has won the Super Bowl without an elite defensive line player?
I mean, I don't have all the rosters in front of me right now.
It's going to be tough for you to find one.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
the Lions literally lost the NFC Championship because of no pass rush.
Right, and what teams lose? Oh, teams that lose both their starting tackles with the greatest quarterback ever.
And a team that is absolutely loaded.
Would the Lions win the Super Bowl? Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker didn't play.
Maybe not. Maybe.
No, they would not.
You never know.
No, they would not.
Neal, I just don't think this is so black and white, and you really need to think of it from the aspect of what if Josh Pascal goes down? What if you lose more bodies?
Yeah.
You need to have somebody of substance.
Anyone in this league can say that.
Yeah, but not everyone in this league has lost 4 defensive rotational pieces, and 2 of them being your starters. Yeah. That's not everyone in this league. This is a specific case
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry,
I believe in this team, dude, in this franchise.
I believe in this team too, but you can. Both things can be true, Neal. It's not just this or that. You could say they're the best team in football, but they have a gaping hole. If you don't think they don't have a gaping hole, I don't know what to tell you.
They're still the best team in football.
Yeah, but they need to replace that.
They are still the best team in football. But that not if the GM says we're good enough as we are right now.
And that could get exposed. That's all we're saying. They can still be the best team in football going into the playoffs, but that specific area can get exposed by another good playoff team. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, would I love Myles Garrett or Crosby? Obviously, but I'm not saying you need that. You need someone better than what you have now. That is the bottom line.
What if Brad Holmes says we're good enough?
Then you have to live with it. But I don't think that I wouldn't bet on them to win the Super Bowl if they don't get an edge better than what they have now.
But if they do, you'll bet on them.
Yes.
And guess what?
So you only fully believe if they make a move.
Yes, I am only fully confident if they add a better edge rusher.
To that, and that's fine.
And Neal, would you feel a way that if they didn't make a move and you face the 49ers again in the NFC Championship game and Brock Purdy goes off for 350 yards and 2 touchdowns and there was virtually no pass rush, would you still be okay if they didn't make a move?
Yes, because he's not doing that here. The game's here this time.
Okay.
The game's here this time.
Okay.
Right? We just went through the whole schedule. You expect them to win every game, right?
I hear you.
So the games are here.
I hear you.
That matters.
But if they were to lose because of a lack of a pass rush, I don't think you would be as gung-ho at that moment. Well, that's all I'm saying. But you can't. We're just saying there's nuance to this particular conversation. You can still believe in this team, but there's clearly a problem. There's clearly a problem with this team.
Right, but I'm not going to be one of these people if they don't make a move. I'm not going to be sitting here pounding this table.
And we're not either. And some people will, and that's okay. But we're not going to do that because they've built enough cachet to where we have to trust this guy. We have to. He's got us to this point.
Then what's everybody worked up about then?
But it's just the fact that they have all the tools and resources to make a move this year, to make this particular move in a year that the Lions are legitimately Super Bowl contenders. We've never ever been in this position as a franchise, literally.
Detroit Lions Nation, Neal can be so effing stubborn. No one is saying if they don't make a move, they will lose. But Spenny is right when it comes to the postseason pressure is huge.
It's different.
Sure it is. But I still believe that they can win. And I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here next Wednesday. I'm not doing it. You're going to have to go to somewhere else. You're going to have to go somewhere that's going to placate to you and be fake about it. I'll still be here chilling.
I just want to improve my odds. Instead of it being plus 300, I'd much rather it be plus 150.
Well, who wouldn't?
I'm just saying, but that's all we're saying.
But if they don't, I'm cool still. And I still expect them to win.
We are too, but there is going to be...
It doesn't sound like you are.
No, I would be extremely disappointed if they don't add an edge rusher at the time.
Everybody was screaming last year. I was cool when they didn't make a move. And they still got to where they needed to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't be hugely disappointed.
I would be.
But some fans will, and that's on them.
Down on
some fans will, and that's on them. If you don't trust this regime by now, that's on you.
I'm not jumping off the bandwagon or anything like that, but I can have my reservations to be disappointed they didn't make their team better.
They're legitimate. Legitimate.
So I'm one exit further down the highway than you are.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
I'm not going to scream and cry and throw stuff, but I'm going to be very disappointed, yes.
You going to speak out publicly against it?
Yeah.
You're criticizing.
That's what I do for my job. I speak publicly in the mic about what the Detroit Lions do and my opinions on the matter.
Right. As do I.
Yeah, that's fine.
I love this little passive aggressive chess
Oh, you
match
like it?
y'all
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. Spenny and I do, like, we're cool.
No, for sure.
But when we get into it,
Yeah.
we get TF into it.
No, for real.
100%.
We all want the same things, man. We do.
All right.
Derek R says the Chase Young move by San Francisco last year didn't help him. Helped him beat the Lions.
That's a fact. But yes, it cannot work, but we're playing the if game. If this, if that.
Yeah.
Of course, we can get a player and it not work. I would much rather have that player in our locker room and let the chips fall where they may. I don't think there's a problem with one.
Okay, I just wanted to get it out there.
Yeah, that's it.
I just wanted to get it out there and see where the people were. D-Mac, did we resolve anything or no? Did we miss the break?
Oh yeah, we went way over. We can do a super mega break.
Yeah, you want to do that?
You know what? I enjoy that though. I just sit back here and listen, and you both are arguing like the same sort of things, and you realize that one of you is stopped at the rest area on 75, and the other one went back up to West Branch or closer to the bridge. We're on the bridge, right? You're both on the same road.
I don't think it's as simple as we don't believe if they don't, if they don't make a move.
But it sounds like you do.
No, it's not that,
it sounds
though.
like you do.
It's not that, though. Clearly, I believe in this team.
And I know we're dragging it out, but like Spenny said, I 100,000,000% think he's going to do something. I don't think he's standing. So it's sort of just preparing yourself that if he doesn't, yes, you could win, but if they do, that puts you over the edge. Because the rest of this defense is so much better.
Yes. And then think about next year as well. If you already have that player in the building and you get Hutch back, like he said, the Spinny been saying this the whole time, you would be Super Bowl favorites out the gate.